Every single game I've completed in 2024 ranked from worst to best. Quickfire round.
Number 17.
Kingdom Rush V: Alliance. The fifth entry to the Kingdom Rush franchise shows its age here as it continues to stagnate, where more substantial innovation would be greatly appreciated.
Number 16.
The Last of Us Part 2. Existing characters in the franchise have been butchered, some much more literally than others, and the new ones are all equally insufferable. A true besmirch upon the original, which was an absolute masterpiece. This is far from it.
Number 15.
Moonlighter. There are two main halves to Moonlighter. Dungeon crawling is entirely serviceable, but the shopkeeping is far too dull, doesn't have enough interesting activities to do, and takes far too long.
Number 14.
Children of Mortar. Taking turns playing each of the family Bergson and seeing them supporting one another is both wholesome and fun. There is some brilliant pixel art throughout the game, and it even supports couch co-op.
Number 13.
Terra Nil. A game which manages to capture both the beauty of green technology and the natural world.
Number 12.
Nobody Saves the World. Combining and creating abilities in this ARPG as you tackle dungeons of do-badders is a rewarding and light-hearted good time.
Number 11.
Dredge. Catching fish while avoiding being caught by eldritch mutations makes for a uniquely cozy experience.
Number 10.
Journey. A breathtaking hike up a mountain where you'll rediscover the joys of reaching out to cooperate with players you didn't even realize were along for the ride.
Number 9.
Yakuza 0. A welcoming entry point to the outlandish Mafia Brawler franchise that flips between seriousness and stupidity on a blood-spattered dime.
Number 8.
Guardians of the Galaxy. An intergalactic romp with much more room for both wholesome and punny moments than any Marvel film could possibly hope for.
Number 7.
Balatro. A masterclass in combo-based deck building, let down only by a bit of a generic theme and singular music track.
Number 6.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Gorgeous sights and sounds provide a lush backdrop for a Metroidvania, only falling short at the very end by its abrupt conclusion.
Number 5.
Signs of the Sojourner. An introspective take on community and one's place in it as you grow and change. A perfect marriage between mechanics and theme.
Number 4.
Stardew Valley. The undisputed king of coziness. Farming, fishing, friendship. Is there anything you cannot do in Stardew Valley?
Number 3.
God of War Ragnarok. The bonds between father and son are tested by the metal of Odin, Thor, and whatever else Norse mythos can throw at them.
Number 2.
Returnal. A distinctly alien world hell-bent on killing you over and over again, while struggling to piece together your mysterious backstory.
Number 1.
Cuphead and the delicious Last Course. An encore met with a standing ovation, dialing everything to 11 and then some. My personal game of the year. So that's my top game for 2024. Now let's move on to the best game to complete from 2024. Starting with
Number 17.
Yakuza 0. Bursting at the seams with a fairground's worth of minigames to mop up, Yakuza 0 requires you to endure egregiously tedious activities such as frame-perfect response windows in baseball and a cringe-inducing call girl phone line minigame. Ugh.
Number 16.
Balatro. Despite an incredible variety of challenges, Balatro barrels way past the line of respecting player time with its gold sticker requirement on every single joker in the game.
Number 15.
Journey. Some games are best left as a purely artistic experience, rather than sticking around long enough to start to see how the sausage is made. Journey is one of them.
Number 14.
The Last of Us Part 2. A fairly typical laundry list of collectibles from a Naughty Dog title, but repeat playthroughs to clean out every chapter means witnessing the tooth-grinding idiocy of its characters for a second time.
Number 13.
Returnal. Lengthening the time spent getting to battle against the fauna of Atropos is a welcome excuse, but unfortunately is tied to some exceptionally rare probabilities that certain rooms spawn with missing collectibles.
Number 12.
Kingdom Rush 5 Alliance. A game so easy to complete, you will barely remember doing so.
Number 11.
Guardians of the Galaxy. This was originally much higher up my list, but then I remembered reading advice that if you don't get every collectible in a single playthrough, you have to start over with a fresh save. This oversight has cost the Guardians very dearly.
Number 10.
Terra Nil. Revisiting previously terraformed biomes and starting over from scratch to meet certain criteria can make what was a fulfilling experience start to feel a tad hollow.
Number 9.
Moonlighter. Beating bosses without taking damage is a decent challenge, but being made to reach 10,000 kills becomes a monotonous exercise.
Number 8.
Stardew Valley. Reaching certain thresholds in Stardew Valley's many different skill paths is a wonderful journey. Mr. Key's challenges start to bridge the gap into tedium though. Oh, and the Prairie King minigame can fuck off.
Number 7.
Signs of the Sojourner. Threading the needle to achieve certain less obvious endings starts to chip away a bit at the magic of choosing your own path for the main character.
Number 6.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Deftly mastering Ori's combat and traversal moves against verdant paradises as you close in on 100% never ceases to dazzle the senses. My main gripe is having to do deathless and speedrun playthroughs.
Number 5.
God of War Ragnarok. Some slight misjudgments in structure for the combat arenas on Muspelheim only slightly detract from the meaningful side quests exploring an incredible cast of characters.
Number 4.
Children of Mortar. Hopping between the multitude of playable characters to hit max level with them all keeps gameplay fresh and fun. It's a shame to be held back by RNG dictating when certain event rooms spawn to snag those last couple achievements.
Number 3.
Cuphead and the delicious Last Course. An assortment of interesting challenges force the adoption of unusual approaches to each boss fight. I wasn't going to need much excuse to dive back in, but the hearty achievement was dialed up slightly too high.
Number 2.
Dredge. Scouring the seas for every mutated species is both engaging and respectful of the player's time. A smattering of side quests elevate a lackluster main story into a highly enjoyable 100%.
Number 1.
Nobody Saves the World. Cobbling together new classes like some crazed game developer turned mad scientist never wavers from pure enjoyment as you tackle head-scratching modifiers which on first impression seemed insurmountable. These systems have been fully realised to grant the player a treasure trove of frenetic on-your-feet thinking, and fully deserves my first place spot for the best game to complete from my last year of gaming. Congratulations again to Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course, and Nobody Saves the World for taking my 2 spots at the top of the lists this year. I look forward greatly to 2025 and everything that's going to come with it. I've already got a couple games in the pipeline which are proving to be incredibly excellent early contenders for 2025's lists. If you've enjoyed this video, thank you very much for making it all the way to the end. If you want to check out some of my other reviews from the last year, hopefully those are appearing in the top corners of the screen right now. But otherwise, have a great year, and you'll hear more from me again soon.